Hello there, I'm the Biz Manager and welcome back to Satisfactory, my friends. Now, today we start the episode over here on the hub because we still have one technology left in the tier 6, which is the monorail technology. All the other things are already done, so thought to myself, why not just get this unlocked and out of the way. So let's put all of the stuff in there. Beautiful. Here we go.
Milestone reached. A new set of buildings and vehicles needed for long-range transportation has been made available. In addition to built-in power conduction, rails-based transit ensures increased efficiency and reliability for both the transport of pioneers and cargo.
Alright, thank you, Susan. Now, that's not the only thing that we are going to get unlocked. We are also going to print these coupons over here. Because, well, we are going to do a lot of building today on the fuel power plant, right? So I thought to myself, how about we come over here and we get a bunch of stuff unlocked. I think it's in architecture. Still have a bunch. No, everything is purchased but this thing, but we have the other catwalks. Maybe foundations? Really? Customizer? Oh, glass roof material. Sure thing, I kinda want that. Different walls, sure, why not? Let's get that. Let's get that. Let's get that. You know what? Let's just go crazy with all of this stuff. Sure, that as well, why not? On architecture, that's the only thing left. Sure, on the walls, let's get that and that. For foundations we have these new things, let's get all of them. And I think that's 63, sure, let's buy all of that. And let's see, just one final thing. No thank you on that, and nothing else in here. Okay, so we got a bunch of new stuff. Can put the coupons over here for now. Cool, okay, let's get back into the a fuel power plant and start building the warehouse, shall we? Okay, my friends, now that we are back, I think we can establish today's episode objectives. I think that we are going to do 50% building, 50% purification. So our warehouse that we got started last episode, I just added an additional row of industrial storages because, you know, why not? It was just to clear to occupy a little bit of the vertical room that we had over here, and I just connected it into the upstairs platform. So the idea would be to create like a small corridor over there for all of these belts to go from here and then through there and up a spire next to that staircase. And then we would cover all of this. Please, game, please, thank you. And then we would cover all of this with like a roof or something that would end up like in here. Ouch, second time today. Something that would curve around and end up in here, and most of it made out of glass so that we could see inside of the storage facilities. You know, eventually we are going to have a bunch of belts moving through here, and I think that watching all of this movement would be nice. Also, on top of the belts that we are going to have over here, I think we are going to connect some sort of passage so that we can walk from there through the staircase on top of the belts, and then we can drop down, you know, make another staircase somewhere around here. We are obviously then going to use hypertubes to move around. No way I'm going to walk this much, but you know, we need to make things walkable. But now, with all of that said, it is time for me to start building this thing. I still need to think a little bit about the overall shape, so... Okay, my friends, I think I kinda know what I want to do for the warehouse part, so we're going to follow this shape using the new materials that we have unlocked. Hopefully this is going to give a good lighting into the warehouse, and then over here we're going to have all of the spaghetti going through here and then that way. And then on top we are going to have a a small room over here. What I'm going to do with this, I have no idea, but it's just to give it shape, right? So the belts go through here and then through a spire in there, which still needs to be built. And then said corridor goes, you know, using these glass frame foundations. We bring a corridor from there on top of the spaghetti all the way over here to this corner, where we then bring another staircase all the way down there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Then what we are going to do for all of these machines on the outside, we're going to leave them exposed as a giant platform. I'm going to then cover the refineries with, you know, some sort of a small building. And that's why I want to have them mirrored on the other side as well. That way the building can cover all the refineries and just leave the generators exposed. And I think that's it when it comes to beautifications of this place. But yeah, enough talking, more building now. Okay, my friends, I think this is a good moment for us to stop and review the work that we have done until this point. I actually like these hexagon windows and the concrete. It's a good combination. Yeah, I already thought about it, and in here, in that empty space over there, we're going to have come on. Thank you. We're going to have our storage area over there and the hypertube stop. We have right now an hypertube that goes through from there all the way downstairs. It's still not connected downstairs to any entrance, but at least I don't have to go up and down through this staircase anymore, and that's a huge victory. There is also an hypertube that goes over there to the bottom, so we have quick transportation all over this place. Well, at least when it comes to going down, we don't really need an hypertube now, do we? So yeah, I'm just going to use the concrete and hexagon thingies throughout this part of the build. Now, I don't really know how I am going to cover the top just yet, but we'll see in a little bit. Yeah, this is actually... Come on, land over there, thank you. This is actually not that bad of a combination. I like it. We probably are going to use the same materials for the building that we are going to build over there to cover the refineries. So yeah, although it took a long time, there is like not a lot to say, right? Yeah, now we have an hypertube which allows us to go upstairs without climbing any stairs or weird ramps. We also have a wire, a live wire that is connected to the main grid, which means we can deconstruct that ramp that goes over there. And yeah, this tube is the one that goes upstairs. It's still not connected, but now is the time that I'm just going to create... Come on. For real. Come on. This is it. Oh, Jesus, my friends, I'm so sorry. Thank you. Now I'm going to create the hyperstation over here. Well, to have a place to stop and collect any resource that we might be storing down there. We'll put these smart splitters over here with the belts going to the side, and then they climb over to the top with the these things with the lifts, and the remaining is just connected, you know, over there to that spire, which should go all the way upstairs. We already have the holes in the floor. We can barely see them, but I put a conveyor lift. Come on, come on, you can do it. You know you can. Come on, come on, connect to one of them, please. There we go. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I was under the impression that the range on those things would be a little bit bigger, but apparently not. No, well, I'll find a solution for this problem, even if it is something along these lines. It's not going to look good, but oh well. That's totally fine. We'll have the belts connecting over there, and we already have something over there to bring the stuff to the platform. So the lifts go through those floor holes over there and then straight into the truck stop over here. With this we have the capacity to bring 8 resources upstairs, so I think this is good enough. It's future-proof. I'm not expecting to be transporting so many resources out of here, especially because, well, we don't have that many stations now, do we? So yeah, now it's just a matter of solving the issue of the belts, of the conveyor thingies, and this part is golden. Alright, my friends, so with the belts and the tube solution dealt with, right, we have everything extremely well, I can't even pass through here, but we have everything as compact as we could over here. We have 8 belts and 1 tube going upstairs, and I think something is not connected over there. Oh boy, how the hell am I gonna fix this? Maybe through here. We open a hole through there. Huh? Okay, for some reason it looked like the hypertube was not connected, but yeah, this is the current solution that we have. It's everything is well compacted, so I'm happy with that. Let's close this again, shall we? Beautiful. So, now that we have all of these belts and the tubes going, I already popped the tubes out through this floor over here, so they are over there. The hypertube network is fully functional now, which is pretty nice. And the final thing remaining is connect this to there. However, first, we are going to, of course, obviously, my friend, that's why having the hypertubes is so nice. At least it doesn't take a million years to go grab the stuff when I miss it, when I forget about it. But well, so pretty much the idea would be to have like the smart splitters over here, alright? One belt goes, one side in this case goes towards the truck stop, and in this side over here, the overflow will go into a storage thingy on, you know, on top of the glass floor over there, so that we can use as our personal storage. And pretty much we are going to set it up like this, right? Left side is this side, correct. And when it comes to stacking this, well, is like the first ones over here go towards the bottom. Could you please? Thank you. These ones over here go towards the bottom ones. No, okay, in this order. Come on. And then, you know, from that one into that one, and then we start stacking them on top of each other. And yeah, cool. Okay. Time to get this rolling then. Alright, my friends, so the spaghetti is done. We have stuff going all the way upstairs through the spire. So if we wanted to export any of this stuff, we could. And we are also now sending the overflow towards the storages over there. The ones that we are going to use for our own personal use. Yeah, I'll have to change the symbol on the thingies, but I can do that later. Now, the roof, it's the thing that I really don't know how I'm going to approach this, because, yeah, it's going to be a little bit strange, I suppose, but, well, I suppose that future me can deal with this thing. Present me has already done a lot of building, and, well, the most important part is that we now have operational hypertube. Everything is now in its proper place without clipping into anything. That was the biggest challenge, and I kind of like going through the middle of all of the spaghetti. It's quite how should I put it? It's interesting, right? But yeah, the roof is is something for future me to deal with, but yeah, if we want to export the plastic, now we have the fuel over here. We can, you know, bring the fuel into the fuel dock and the plastic into the inputs, and just export this thingy. So yeah, what should we do up next? I was so concerned with the roofs that I said, you know what, screw this, let's just do it. And now it's done. There we go. It's not blocky, and that's pretty much what I wanted. So yeah, I'm happy with this. The intersections of the corridor with the side thingy over there are pretty neat, so cool. But to be honest, I don't think we can really appreciate the beauty of this building from the outside, from the inside. Let's go outside and find a more advantageous point to look at this thing. Well, I also had to wait for daytime, because during the nighttime we could not see a thing, but now we can absorb all of this beauty with proper lighting. So yeah, this is the first time that I actually built something that is not a box, and you know, I actually like the way this thing turned out. Now, while I was doing the final details, I was thinking about something. There is I know there is alternative fuel recipes that are probably far more efficient than the ones that we have. So instead of collecting all of the oil in this biome and duplicating this... Is this a joke, game? What? Damn it. Why? I have to go. Okay. Well, I suppose I can explain on the run. So, yeah, instead of just using all the oil that we have right now and later on discovering a recipe that could be far more efficient, we are going to leave things as is. We are going to fill up our inventory with a bunch of fuel, and we are going to go back to the space elevator factory to continue building the rest of the components that we have left. I know this is kind of an abrupt 180, but the thought about alternative recipes did not cross my mind before, so yeah, and I'm glad I thought about it, because it would be a shame to discover like a good recipe for alternative. Where is the fuel? Where them fuel is? Here it is. It would be a shame to discover like an alternative recipe for something and then I really need to go fix this. Jesus, look at this traffic jam. I'm coming. Jesus, wait a freaking second. Okay. Can the traffic go now? Stop. God. Okay. Well, game, can you fix yourself, please? Can you stop derping out? You move now. Okay, like I probably should use like a traffic policeman over here constantly. Problem solved, my friends. As I was saying, it would be a shame to find an alternative recipe that is far more efficient for fuel production, and then having all of our oil consumed already. So, with that in mind, we are going to leave. I'm going to have to go back because I kind of want to bring a full inventory of fuel canisters to just have around for building purposes, and I want to leave all of these resources over there so that once we start building, we have stuff around. But yeah, we are going to come back in here and proceed by building a few other things. Like I said, I know this is kind of a 360, but I think it's probably for the better in the future. We already have plenty of power, so we don't really need, we don't have an urgency to use all of that oil for power anyway. And speaking about alternative recipes, I see a crashed pod over there. I don't know if I already collected the recipe or not. How about I go over there and pay it a visit? Hello, so we have our pod over there. Oh, and some hostile creatures as well. But now I am a airborne paratrooper. I do have airborne capabilities, so those animals stand no chance against us. Would you please just look? You're fighting against your own interest in here, okay? You should just leave me alone. Well, I can always use the fart plants to my advantage. Bring them close to me, right? And then these things start emitting gas and they die by themselves. So let's see, what do we need? We need this. Oh, look at that, beautiful. We do have a road. Oh, I don't have a space for that. Huh. Goodbye, steel. Hello, a recipe. Alright, so with the new database in hand, it is time for us to go over here, hard drive, scan, and it would be pretty nice if we got the alternate recipe for the fuel, but well. For now, because I still have 10 minutes of waiting before we see what we have over there, I think I'm just going to go and analyze the space that we have and the recipes that we need. We are still missing a few things. We already have the most complex items, right? We already have the computers and the heavy modular frames, but now we need other things. We need circuit boards for our own personal use. Please, game, thank you. We need AI limiters, very important for smart splitters. I'm a tad bit tired of building them by hand, so if I could get them going. And the motors, because right now the only motor production that we have is, well, temporary in our space elevator factory, and we need to get the space elevator factory back in operations because we still need to build a bunch of stuff, you know, for the next phase. So yeah, we will need to disassemble that in a couple of, you know, episodes. So yeah, if I could get at least one of these things going by the end of the episode, I would be pretty happy. Okay, my friends, so I thought about it a little bit, and first in line we are going to get rid of the AI limiters because it's one of the pieces that we actually need, and we have been using quite a lot, and you know, I have to build them by hand every time I need to build a smart splitter. So I just did some quick math, and in order for us to get 10 of these bad boys produced per minute, we would need 5 machines making we need 5 constructors making us 50 copper sheets. That would need 100 ingots. We have 80 from the overflow that we have right now. But if we didn't have the overflow, we would need 3.333 smelters, and for the Caterium wire we need 200. That translates in 3.333 constructors, which roughly needs 40 ingots, which in turn is roughly 2.6 smelters. Now, this is all beautiful and whatnot, but to be perfectly honest, I really don't want to go around and just set up a bunch more industry when, to be honest, it's not really necessary. So instead of just going and collecting more copper and then building a bunch more smelters and blah blah blah, no, we are going to use the overflow, and for the Caterium we just need to add a couple extra smelters to the existing line, and that is going to compensate for the Caterium needs, and that's pretty much it. That's it. We're not going to do anything fancy. We just are going to get this thing done. So from this equation we can get rid of this, and yeah, time to start looking around for space and what layout I'm going to do and whatnot. This is not a lot of space for all the machines that we need, but I think we can Tetris out something in here. Alright, my friends, overflow system for the copper done. Pretty simple. 2 smart splitters, any undefined for the regular line, and overflow for the overflow line, right? We want this to be served first because this is actually making computers. The AI limiters are not as important, so they can just take the scraps that are left after the computer line is done with its process. Well, my friend, as for the Caterium line, I think we need to redo this thing. We only had 2 of these bad boys, and we need kinda, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8, I don't know. So instead of having like these 2 in this direction, I'm going to delete this, and then I'm going to put as many as I can in this direction, right? Okay, we can barely fit 6 of these bad boys. That's fine, that's sufficient for what we need. Okay, my friends, Caterium infrastructure upgraded. There we go. Oof, that's a lot of Caterium ingots in my inventory. Let me get rid of those. So yeah, we should be good to go when it comes to the Caterium stuff. So yeah, I can once again overflow the existing line that we have on our computer manufacturing line and just use the scraps for the AI limiters. This is turning out to be easier than I first anticipated. So now that our Caterium line is upgraded, we can replace this splitter over here with a smart splitter. I will have to redo the connections afterwards, but yeah, we are just going to use the any undefined on both sides of this thingy, and then the overflow goes through the middle and goes somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. There we go. So now that we have both of our overflow lines, one over there and one over there, we just need to find a way to bring that stuff from all the way over here in the back to over here in the front and to the right side. Like, I have belts going all over the place, so this is not going to be an easy task, but I could always try to scoot them through here somehow. Or above. Yeah, because this thing is going to be 3 tiles high, so we can also bring this above. Well, it might be a bit confusing and messy, but hey, the raw materials that we need to build the AI limiters are now in... Could you please? Thank you. Are now in position, so we can get rid of that. We don't need that. So we need a total of... more or less 8 machines. Okay, I say more or less because, well, we are not going to be providing the 100 necessary ingots, so technically we only need 4 of these machines, but oh well. That's neither here or there. We'll see what we can do. Okay, so we organized the scraps from the computer line into 8 machines, right? As we spoke previously, we have 3 for the Caterium wire and 5 for the copper ingots. Now the only thing left to do is to stack these things on top of each other and bring them over here, where we are going to distribute them amongst these 2 machines so that we can produce 10 AI limiters per minute, so that we can have, you know, some for our own personal use. I'm pretty certain that if we need the AI limiters for future recipes in a manufacturer or something, we are going to build them in-house and not export them from here. So yeah, time to just do the one final thing in here while we are still in here. Let's just connect it to the power line so that I don't forget, and we can start producing the necessary items for those 2 machines. Alright, my friends, here we go. Could you please? Thank you. There we go. So now both inputs are being sent into the assemblers. Sent into the assemblers, I said. Sent into the assemblers, I said. There we go. AI limiters now in production, so the final step is just combine them in a merger, like so, and then bring this stuff downstairs. I think we still have a couple of holes available over there. Yes, we do, so should be pretty simple. Alright, so we bring the limiters down here, connect them to the contraption just to bring the stuff over the existing belt, and then connect it to the existing belt over there. Beautiful. There we go. So now okay, I'll have to find my way over into the other side. Alright, so now we should have the AI limiters being inputted into the existing system, which is pretty nice. So over here I think I just need to set this one up to be left any undefined, center overflow, and then over here right overflow, center any undefined. There we go. So now we should start accumulating the AI limiters. They are being sent downstairs to the truck stop, something that I probably should avoid, but oh well. Like I said, I don't think we are going to export these things, but I might be proven wrong in the future, so you never know, right? Besides, I can always expand this more if I want to. I have more truck stops down there, so that's not an issue. So yeah, this thing is now complete. Pretty cool. We got another item from the to-do list, which means that in this thing we only have 2 additional items left. But well, my friends, we could not end the episode without checking out the recipe from the ma'am now, could we? Let's see, what do we have? We have... Okay. Not exactly what we were expecting, but sure. Well, to be perfectly honest, my friends, I think I'm going to take this one. I don't know if we are going to need too much quartz crystals in the future, but yeah, these are not exactly the best of recipes. Hopefully we'll find more data drives in the future. But oh well, my friends, I think that this is a good place for us to end the episode at. We got plenty of stuff done. I really like how this thing turned out, and we even have more ingredients being produced in our advanced components factory. So for the next episode, I think we can do another hybrid episode between exploration and construction. We really need to find additional recipes so that we can unlock the power of the fuel. I know there is at least a turbo fuel, which I assume is similar to the super coal when it comes to efficiency, so just that by itself would increase the power production a lot, but I also know there is another kinds of recipes that allow you to have more fuel for your oil, so I would also like to find those so that we can decide how to proceed in the future. But yeah, my friends, with all of that said, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye!